Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, August 21. Work on the fourth medium-term socio-economic policy framework, MTF, is scheduled for completion in September. The MTF is facilitating the timely implementation of goals and national outcomes of Vision 2030 Jamaica in 3-year cycles. Vision 2030 aims to reposition the country to achieve developed country status within 12 years. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, is spearheading the MTF's development, which is underpinned by an extensive strategic planning and prioritization process to guide stakeholders.
MTF 2018 to 2021 will consolidate the developmental gains made in the previous MTFs for 2009 to 2012, 2012 to 2015, and 2015 to 2018, and strengthen the foundations for achieving the country's long-term results, taking into account the many opportunities that surround us, the current developmental challenges we are confronted with, and the global context.
Dr. Henry was speaking at the PIOJ's Economic Review Media Briefing on Thursday. The PIOJ Director General said the MTF's priorities are intended to move Jamaica towards ensuring a secure and prosperous future for all citizens. The community of Moravia in Clarendon now has a new Type 1 health center. It was constructed by Food for the Poor with funding from local and overseas partners. The new health center replaces the clinic, which was operated from the home of a community member. While speaking at the opening ceremony on Friday, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton urged community members to use the services offered to improve their health and also to prevent non-communicable diseases.
Your health center is your first line of defense against a disease profile. Your health center is the instrument, is the provision of the services, whether advice or otherwise, in your community to help you not to reach to the hospital. That's what primary health care is all about.
Still on health, the Bustamante Hospital for Children is expected to save approximately $28 million in its energy costs over the next 20 years. This is being realized through the installation of a solar energy system at the institution to power the intensive care unit. The system was donated by the Guardsman Group from proceeds of its 2017 staging of the Guardsman Games. It is part of a pilot project being facilitated by Future Energy Corporation. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton expressed gratitude to Guardsmen for their contribution to the health sector at the official handover on Monday.
The intensive care unit is benefiting from this solar system, which will create savings for us and by extension help us to carry out our functions in the context or the environment of limited resources.
That the solar system is expandable. And going forward, one of the aims of Guardsman Games going forward is to challenge corporate entities and individuals to contribute towards the expansion of this system so that we can provide reduced energy and for other areas of the hospital and ultimately continue to improve the care given to our nation's future, its children.
In other news, the National Housing Trust says it will be increasing its investment in the housing sector to advance the island's social and economic development.
For the 2018-2019 financial year, the NHT intends to spend over $30 billion in housing. The NHT plans to start the construction of a total of 22 new schemes this financial year, representing over 5,000 housing starts.
The NHT's new chairman, Lennox Channer, was speaking Thursday at a groundbreaking ceremony for the Trust's latest housing project in Hanover.
I have made the choice of selecting a new chairman who himself is a former banker, spent many years in the banking sector, and someone who you could describe him as a fiscal conservative, someone who will ensure that those targets that I have set are met.
100 mathematics coaches will be deployed in approximately 1,000 primary and secondary schools across Jamaica. According to the Education Ministry, this will strengthen math performances among the targeted cohort of students.
These coaches, primary and secondary, will focus on the coaching of in-service teachers and effective delivery of mathematics. In addition to coaching activities, the National Mathematics Program works intimately with the teacher training institutions to ensure that poor teaching practices are stemmed from the pre-service level.
Education Minister Ruel Reid was speaking at the launch of the Professional Development Program for Mathematics Specialists and Teacher Educators. The program, which is being facilitated under the National Mathematics Program, aims to train more math teachers in the effective use of mathematical practices. And finally, Program Director for the National Identification System, NIDS, Warren Vernon, says financial institutions are looking forward to the implementation of the system. He says they have indicated that it will improve their ability to identify customers and reduce related risks. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, Mr. Vernon says the NIDS team has been in dialogue with financial institutions that have indicated their support of the program.
They are of the view also that if they are able to identify individuals based on who they say they are, that will significantly reduce, their risk. And the reception is very, very good. There are some financial institutions that can't wait for the respective regulations to be in place so they can make use of the system.
Mr. Vernon says the NIDS team is also working with the Bank of Jamaica to examine the existing legal framework for financial institutions and the Know Your Customer regulation. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.